Abduction, Chapter 33, Part 1. I awoke, lying down on a steel table with three sets of large, dark eyes staring down at me. I wanted to scream, but I could not make a sound. Moving was also not an option. No matter how hard I tried to move my body, it would not obey my commands. It was as if an invisible force was keeping me from moving. I could open and close my eyelids and roll my eyes around, but that was all. On my left, also on a metal table, was Valeri. His eyes were still closed, and he did not have any clothes on. It was easy to guess what was going to happen to him, or already happened to him. The aliens were examining him. To my right was John. His eyes were also closed, as if he were sleeping. Fortunately for him, he was still wearing his clothes. That could mean anything. I could only hope that it meant the aliens had not opened him up yet, or to have a look at his internal organs. "You have your eyes open," said a voice inside my head. I moved my eyes to look intently at the alien face to see which one spoke. I suddenly realized that none of them had a mouth. "How are you speaking?" I said in my head. My answer came sooner than I expected and echoed in my head. "We communicate with thought," said the voice. "We have no use for what you beings call a mouth to speak with." I felt the invisible force holding me down loosen, but not give. It allowed me to move, but only slowly. It was like I was drugged and could barely function. "Why did you take my friends and me?" I asked. "We needed specimens," said the voice. I was stunned. I wanted to run before the aliens ran their twisted tests on me. But where would I run? I was on a goddamn spaceship. With a forced breath, I calmed my thoughts, which were close to panic. I had to stay calm and think. But not think too loudly so the aliens would hear, if that were even possible. I had to do it for John and Valeri's sake. "I would like to go home," I uttered in my head. Two of the aliens left my side and disappeared behind a door that slid open and firmly closed behind them. The remaining one lifted a hand full of long, elegant fingers. Immediately, I felt the freedom of movement. Unsure what happened, I tested my new release and sat on the edge of the steel table. I didn't like being ignored and decided to challenge my captor. "Let me and my friends go home," I demanded. The alien didn't show any emotion or alarm. It deliberately looked at me and pointed to the door where the other two aliens had disappeared behind. Yeah, it was a reminder that he was in control. From the door the two aliens had gone behind opened and appeared a new alien. It was different in color, and not the typical gray alien like my captor. Other than its lighter color, the alien was as ugly as the rest, with the large, black, dull eyes, large head, thin body, and long, slim fingers. A glance over at the table where Valeria was lying made me wish I hadn't. The two aliens at his table had cut him open like they had the cow in the pasture with an instrument that was foreign to me. I didn't understand how that was possible. I wanted to toss my insides out all over the floor, but I had nothing inside of me. I couldn't even dry heave. "From our studies of your kind, I understand you like the other form," said the alien. "The other form? Your kind has another of you. You call them female." The light-colored alien that had come out of the door changed shape before my eyes. It had changed into a female, and not just any female. It was Natasha. My heart jumped. The alien had become a spitting image of the sporting club's kiosk girl. I was stunned and appalled. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The alien representing the image of Natasha was wearing a see-through nightgown. The human figure was tangible, and I had to remind myself that it was not her. The alien I saw change into human form was not a human, and not Natasha. "Do you want to have sex with her?" asked the alien. "What? No. What you are showing me is just an illusion," I said. "It's not real." "I assure you, she is real," said the alien. "You humans like sex. We want to observe the process and understand your needs. Some of us don't have sex for the sake of having sex." "But I can sense you want this woman." "How do you know this?" "I perceive the pheromones you are giving off." The alien raised his hand and gestured to the alien in Natasha's form. It took a few steps toward me and smiled just the way Natasha smiled. I fought my body's reaction. "Perhaps another would be more pleasing," said the alien. The alien in Natasha's form turned and left, but another returned, this time in the form of Echo. I was amazed and frightened at the same time. Was it really Echo or an alien? It hadn't changed shape in front of me, so I didn't know. "Is this one of your kind?" My captor didn't answer and left me to my thoughts. I was frightened. The aliens could shapeshift like they were for me. What were the odds that there were aliens among us now on Earth? Echo's idea of an alien invasion was becoming more probable to me. "This would be a more form pleasing to me," I said. "Will you have sex?" "No." "Why?" "Most humans don't have sex just for the sake of having sex. And this is not my girl, I said. She looks like her, but it's not. The aliens speaking with me waved away the Echo look-alike. Both aliens that looked like Echo and Natasha were perfect replicas. I would find it strange to have sex with either of them, and to what end? I had to ask myself, were the aliens trying to create offspring from such sexual encounters? I wondered how many other men fell prey to this tactic of having aliens pretend to be human women. "What do you intend to do with us?" I asked.